Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be showing you two new things I made. One is a comic, which I'm very proud of, which I'll show you after. And then this is the Gnome the Return game. This was originally created by Zach, and it's the second version, or third version, because Creative Carson also has done one. But I wanted to make this because I wanted to make it easier to play. So if you guys want to play the original Gnome game that started the whole series, it's now on the PCG shop, because the original one wasn't up there. So I thought, well, why not just make one? So me and my friend can play it sooner. So I did that. It has a full script. You guys can play it, but credits to Zach because he definitely created the original one. So I changed lots of things to make it different, but it's still kind of like the same core game, especially the first few screens. But yeah, this is the cover, and this is the first screen. Just like the last screen, it has a house. This one has a berry bush with a hidden key, which you need to get into the house. Then there's a troll on the mountain with a rock. And if you go in the house, you will meet this guy. And this is kind of like a gnome-like species creature. His full name is on the script on the PCG shop. But he will work with you if, he'll give you the key, which you'll need later to activate the plane. If you help him, after this game, maybe someone can, do it in a future game, help him find the rest of his species, because as far as he knows, he's the only one of his kind, so he might be the last half gnome there is, so that'd be cool. Then there's a poster calling out to Gnome Mythos by Zach. And if you go back here, you can try to get past the troll with the rock. And I think this is the most changed screen. This is the maze screen, but it's way different. I made it more playable because the original one was kind of, not to be, critical, but it was just a little bland, I guess. I wanted to add a little bit more to it. But no hard feelings on the old maze screen. Still looks really cool. I just wanted to make it a little bit more playable. So you're down here, just a little gnome, and you got to fight the spider. And this spider pretty much has appeared in I think 80% of gnome games, 90%. And it's just kind of like a trend in gnome games. I think the major trends are there's 5 pages in each gnome game. There's a spider, and then there's a conflict. So that's kind of like the trend that I observe. So then you gotta flick all 3 of these levers. This is a floor eater, very deadly. There's a giant fan you gotta get past. Just a regular guy. This is from the Tiger series. This is a series of games that I haven't shown, but me and HMB Tiger, I keep making these 1 to 2 page PCGs for him, and we keep playing them, and we're kind of building up a storyline and some characters. I thought that was cool. Then once you flick all the levers, you can get to the plane, and then you can activate it with the key that you got. This is a flight screen. So there's many different combinations you can do. I think on the PCG shop I just did the most simple one. But yeah, it's just a classic flight screen, not much to say about that. And then this screen is also kind of changed. So you come out of your plane, you just landed because your plane ran out of gas, and you see your wife, who was kidnapped. I think her name is Jewel. I think Sketchy Penguin named her that, so if that's it, then her name's Jewel. But the troll has her on his little hoverboard, and it's a different puzzle than the last one. So of course you can try to talk to him and try to convince him, but you can run up this tree and jump on the hoverboard and try to push him off. So that's kind of a cool puzzle there. But yeah, that was this PCG. Now let's get into the comic, which is Harold Origins, number 1. Harold is a ghost, or a character I created from my old PCG series, Castle of Terror. And I had 4 games in it: Castle of Terror, Forest of Terror, Mansion of Terror, and Mountain of Terror, which I don't think I've shown yet because it's kind of a newer game. But there's a lot of gaps in between that game. And then recently, Sketchy Penguin has made the PCG Liberation of Coloton, which is by far my favorite game I've ever played yet. And it introduces more lore about Harold and leaves us on a cliffhanger. So this game takes place before the Liberation of Coloton and all the games previous. Well, I guess maybe after the Castle of Terror, because John, the character, after that game, he put Harold into a little grave to trap him there. It might have been after another game, but I remember him putting him in a grave to trap him there. So this is kind of Harold's revenge. So I'll read this real quick. So this, if you know who that character is, that is super cool. Leave it in the comment section down below, and I'd be really surprised. Basically, he's resurrecting Harold. So he's Ala Kashika Varshka, which is just gibberish. And then the return. Harold's hands are coming out of the thing, and he's feels good to be back. It's now where did I leave off? That's right, it was that fool John who trapped me here. I shall get my revenge. And then he's like, I command the armies of death now. And wahahaha, and to be continued. So he now commands a whole army of skeletons. So if you guys want to explore that in another game, definitely go make a PCG sequel to this or prequel. But yeah, I just want to see more Herald PCGs because they're really cool. Yeah, that was just 2 little things I shown in this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.